Loving thy neighbor solves problems. Oh, really? Psst, if you want to be a problem solver, all you got to do is love your neighbor. Hello, my friends. I'm Daniel Talley, the Note to Self Guy, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Now, you may be wondering, the Note to Self Guy channel, what is this channel really all about? Well, among many things, I like to give people, how shall I say, food for thought. So let me ask you something. Would you agree that right now this world is a hot mess? I mean, to be honest with you, I have to apologize to my children for leaving them such a terrible world. This world is filled with hatred, greed, racism, social discord, poverty, and war. I've never seen anything quite like it. What is the answer? How can we make this a better world? The answer is so simple.
We serve a God of love, and he tells us in Matthew 22:39, and the second is like it, love your neighbor as yourself.
What exactly does that mean? Well, let's try to unpack this thing called love. Now, if you were to Google love, it would tell you that love is a deep, intense feeling of affection for someone. Now, that's a pretty good $2 answer, but that's certainly not the full answer. If you want the full definition of love, you got to go to 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 8. Check it out. But even in basic form, love tells us not to harm our brothers. In other words, it tells us to treat our brothers like we treat ourselves. I got a question for you. What genius would purposely cheat, kill, harm, impoverish themselves? Who would do that? You see, love is an action word. That means we got to do something.
Dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth. 1 John 3:18.
Just so you know, God demonstrated love. And how did he do that? Well, he sent his only son, Jesus, on a suicide mission to die on the cross for the sins of me and you and everyone who has ever been born, thereby giving us all an opportunity at eternal life. Now, many of you may be wondering, hey, Note to Self Guy, what are you talking about, man? What's your point? Well, my point is simply this. God expects us to have brotherly love for everybody. And think about it. If we did that, how much better a world would this place be? This is no exaggeration. I submit to you that we could rid the world of most of its problems if we follow God's command of loving our neighbors as we love ourselves. Let me leave you with something to think about. Now, currently we have two big murder trials going on right now. That is the Ahmaud Arbery murder trial and the Kyle Rittenhouse murder trial. Now, I submit to you, had the participants in these trials, had they utilized the principle or God's command of love thy neighbor as you love thyself, this stuff would have never happened. It probably could have been prevented. Don't you think? Leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Oh yeah, one last thing. Now, God expects us to love our neighbors as we love ourselves. Now, on Judgment Day, I believe God's going to ask us the question, did you love your neighbors as I commanded you to? What will your answer be?